Good day, sheepies. This is the noisy sheep again, making noise for our God in our noisy world. I find it funny what St. Paul said in today's second reading. He said, "Brothers and sisters, I consider that the sufferings of this present time are as nothing compared with the glory to be revealed for us." I find it funny because coming from St. Paul, who encountered so much persecution pretty much 100% of his Christian life. He was beaten up and thought of as dead twice. At least that's what's documented. Might be more. He got jailed without doing anything wrong. All because he was a Christian. And yet, despite all of this, St. Paul has a strong conviction to say that I consider that the sufferings of this present time are as of nothing. And yet, how many of us think it's the end of the world when internet is gone? In fact, sometimes even when internet is just slow, it's like the end of the world for a lot of people. We lose our mind when the air conditioning is not that cold or the heater is not that hot. The food is not yummy. We can't have our steak. We can't buy this. We can't buy that. And it's the end of the world. That is such a big suffering for most of us. And yet here, St. Paul, who definitely encountered significantly more than that, tells us that all of his sufferings are nothing. And let's not even forget the second line. He said, compared with the glory to be revealed to us. That is the key. All of this are nothing compared to what God has in store for us. And you'd probably ask, why has St. Paul been to heaven? No. At this point, he was counting on what Jesus taught him. What Jesus taught us. That God has heaven in store for those who will be faithful to Him, who will love Him. And if I will summarize our faith in one word, it will be trust. St. Paul was able to go through all those suffering and welcome martyrdom. In fact, when he said this, he knew that he was going to be a martyr. He was able to accept all of this and with conviction and passion say that these are all nothing compared to what we have in store for heaven. He is able to go through to say this because he trusted God. And trust is a difficult thing. A lot of us fail to trust. But there is also one word, one requirement for us to be able to trust and have that humongous big faith, as big as St. Paul's faith. That is love. When you love, you don't ask for anything in return. You don't do things waiting for something to be given to you. And that is where your conviction becomes strong. When you are doing things, or when you are trying to trust because you are expecting something in return, when what you are waiting for doesn't seem to be in sight, it's easy to lose that trust. But when your faith is founded on trust and your trust is founded on big love, then you are on the way to becoming another St. Paul of this world. Maybe you're undergoing challenges that you don't think you can overcome. Maybe your suffering seems to be too much for you. And you're asking, why is God allowing this? Well, the answer is because those are nothing compared with the glory to be revealed for us. And if you trust God, you know that is true. And when you love God, you know you can trust Him. So the secret, give your heart to God. That is the call that Jesus is telling us. And that is what will give us peace. And that is what will encourage us to stand firm and stand strong in our faith.